Look, just overnight, we heard that Turkey has been hit by another 2 deadly tremors, just 2 weeks after the huge earthquake that left 45,000 people dead across Syria and Turkey.
Yeah, the Turkish Interior Minister has confirmed that 3 people had died and over 200 had been injured, with tremors felt from as far away as Egypt.
OK, let's talk us through the latest developments now. Turkish journalist Melda Dogan. Melda, obviously not the same in terms of fatalities. There have been a few fatalities, but again, you just can't rest. These quakes can happen at any time.
Well, unfortunately, since the big earthquake happened 2 weeks ago, we had been facing several aftershocks, but those were comparatively smaller earthquakes that didn't claim any lives or further damage. But unfortunately, last night we have witnessed an earthquake. I'm not talking about an aftershock, an earthquake of 6.4. Of magnitude of 6.4, which has hit the city of Hatay, and it has been felt throughout the Mediterranean, in the cities and countries that have coast the Mediterranean, and in Turkey's south as well. Talking about the number of fatalities, we know so far that 6 people have lost their lives and 294 have been injured in this latest earthquake. The numbers are thankfully lower here because the major city, the biggest city that was affected by the earthquake, Hatay, has been mostly evacuated. It has actually become a ghost town, I might say. I was here the day before, and the streets were completely empty. Most of the residents living here have left already to other cities and families and friends in other cities, and the rest of the people are living in temporary shelters and in tents. So the buildings were empty. However, we have 3 buildings that have been collapsed, and the reason is that one of the buildings that have collapsed in this latest earthquake is the one that you see behind me. So this building was actually marked as heavy damage in the first earthquake, but the residents decided to go inside and take some of their belongings, and that's when the earthquake hit, and 4 people were trapped inside. 1 of them has been rescued. 3 others have unfortunately lost their lives. Rescue operations have been going on throughout the night. I was here with emergency and rescue workers, watching them trying to save lives all night. Unfortunately, all we have seen here were the bodies of that people being pulled out of the rubble here, unfortunately. Talking about the aftermath of this disaster, actually, this country still has the trauma of the earthquake 2 weeks ago. People still are facing this huge trauma that have left millions homeless overnight, and that's why actually tonight in several cities, not only in Hatay but also in neighboring cities such as Adana and Gaziantep, people rush to the oil stations to get petrol and gas to their cars, and they slept in their cars, or some of them even try to drive to outskirts of the cities or to other regions, safer regions, and aftershocks are still ongoing, yes, unfortunately, in the region, and the trauma is still going on.
OK, Melda, thank you very much for that update. Just unimaginable levels of human tragedy and hardship. We really appreciate it. I just want to update people at home, because in amongst all these terribly sad stories, there has been a wonderful chink of light in all of this. And you might remember a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, obviously, after the earthquake, a little baby was found alive, still attached via umbilical cord to her mother. Now, tragically, both her parents and her 4 siblings were killed. But we're being told overnight that despite requests from all over the world for the little baby to be adopted, her aunt and uncle have insisted that she must stay with family, and they have announced that they are going to adopt her. So in amongst all of this bad news, some lovely news there for that sweet little girl who survived against all the odds and has been lovingly adopted by her aunt and uncle, which is a heartwarming story.